What's going on, guys? Dr. Jake here with Inver Grove Chiropractic, and what we're talking about in this week's video is we're talking a little about weight loss, and more specifically how stress prevents us from being able to lose weight regardless of what we're doing, or even if we are doing the right things like eating better and exercising. If we're super stressed, it makes it much more difficult to lose weight, and here's why. If we have a lot of cortisol stress, which is a stress hormone that our body releases, if our adrenal glands, which are actually releasing all of these stress hormones, are fatigued, are worn out, no matter what our body is doing, because it comes from our brain releases these hormones that go to different things in our body and then release other hormones that helps our body as far as our physiology goes. So if we're stuck in one way, if our body can't regulate itself, it's going to be very difficult to lose weight. And what we're going to be talking about is a couple of things that we can do in our office that can help with stress and can help with weight loss. And what I'm going to be doing specifically with that is talking about these two things, Nucera and Cortisol Pro. These are two supplements that I personally use that help me with my stress levels. So what we can do in our office is a super simple, quick conversation, and that can help us figure out where are the deficiencies, what are we lacking in our life, and what do we need to be doing from a supplementation standpoint to help our body get back to its homeostasis, get back to its normal physiological state, so that way it can function the way that it should. So let's start with Cortisol Pro. The reason why I take Cortisol Pro, and I recommend this to the majority of my patients that are stressed out, that want some help combating that stress, is because this is a great catch-all. When we look at what cortisol does, cortisol has a natural ebb and flow through our body. Your body releases more cortisol hormone in the morning than what it does in the evening. The reason why, cortisol alerts us. So we want to have that more as we're waking up and less of that as we're trying to fall asleep. But if we go through stressful moments in the day, our cortisol levels are elevated. This helps regulate and get your cortisol levels back to what a normal person should be functioning with. And that's why I take this. And this is kind of an everyday, just overall good thing to be taking. Another thing that I have this. It's called Nucera, and what's super cool about this one is that it kind of tastes like a chocolate candy, right? They have some cocoa in it for flavor. This is what I use for like those momentary stressful moments. Like if something happens in my day where I'm getting really stressed out or really worked up, I can take this as a chewable tablet, and 10 to 15 minutes later it helps calm me down. So it's that quick, instant relief to help your body function better. And why we have these two, like I said, is for overall stress. And another thing we should talk about is that with this, we use Metagenics products. And the reason why we use Metagenics products in our office is because they are the best quality. They spend loads of money doing lots of testing to make sure what is in their supplements is pure, and what is in their supplements is actually the quantities that they put in there. And the reason why is that the FDA does not do anything with supplementation, so it's on the companies to make sure that they do kind of their own research, their own testing to make sure what is in them is pure, and that's why we use them. Now, I talked about, of course, Cortisol Pro, I talked about Nucera. Those are two that I use, but we have a whole infinite other things that we can do for stress. Just a couple more examples. If you have trouble sleeping, if you have trouble turning your mind off at night, that's something that we can supplement for. That, again, more than likely is a cortisol problem. You have too much cortisol levels at night, and it's keeping you awake. If you feel like I'm always fried, I'm sleeping 6 to 8 hours, but I just can't get myself to feel awake, we have something that can help with that. It's called Adrest. It helps your adrenal glands, which are actually releasing all of these stress hormones, kind of calm down and reset. Anything. If you feel like you're, like I said, always fatigued, if you feel like you're under a constant stress that you can't get out of, if you feel like you're in a bad mood, all of this stuff can be stress hormone related. And if you are stressed, if your hormones aren't regulated, it's going to be much more difficult to lose weight. So what's really cool about this stuff that we can supplement with is it allows you to not only be under less stress, but it's going to help you burn fat, lose the weight. One little hidden gem about the Cortisol Pro is that usually when I talk to people, I say that this actually does help you burn belly fat. And that's all we hear is that, oh my gosh, it burns fat, it must be great. The reason why it's burning belly fat, this supplement in of itself does not directly burn belly fat. What it does is reduce your cortisol levels so that way your body can use other hormones properly to pull from your fat stores and actually burn those fat, opposed to putting down more fat, allowing your adipose tissue, your fat tissue to grow. So that's what's so cool about that. If you guys have any questions on supplementation, because it's a much more in-depth than what we just talked about here, please comment on the video below and we'll get back to you. If you know somebody that's stressed out, they're struggling with weight loss, they don't really know what to do, please share this video with them, and I hope that they can get a couple little tidbits from this video. Otherwise, I hope that you guys have a great day.